Grand Rising. Hello, my friends. Grand Rising. I want to speak to you for just a moment this morning about who you are. Now, my daughter and her girlfriends just left for their first day of school. They're juniors and seniors. And I had a little conversation with them before they left. And I thought, you know what? I want to share this with my beloved sisters and friends. So my awesome male empowerment friends, you're welcome to listen to. This benefits everybody. But I really want to bring it back to a focus on us ladies, right? Because I think that it's really transformational for us to hear this message, to reinforce this message. I don't think we could hear it enough. If every single woman on my page put this message out there and we listen to it all day long, it's still not enough, right? And this is why. So you came onto the planet, you were born into, a family or not, you were born into a loving environment or not. Nevertheless, wherever you were nurtured or raised up into a young child, you were nurtured with programming, right? So all of the thoughts and the beliefs and the actions of the people who raised you, your family or not, those were embedded into your subconsciousness, into your programming, from probably a loving perspective, right? But they were embedded into your mind from the time that you came into being, and possibly even before you were born. Your mother, your DNA, your ancestral histories, the wars, the abuses is part of your cellular memory. It's who you are. And so I say all that to remind you, not to discourage you, but just simply to remind you that before your existence and up until the 7th year or longer, you were heavily ingrained with thoughts, beliefs, actions, experiences, worldviews, perspectives, and perceptions that were not yours, that you did not come here to share or to be. And it is my firm belief that every single human on the planet stepped into the role here on the planet with a purpose and with a projection of who they are, who you are, who she is. You came here with that in mind. You knew who you were meant to be. You knew what you were meant to play out. You knew what was supposed to happen roughly. That's my personal belief. Whether or not you believe that, I hope you will agree with me that you weren't really set up from the beginning with an easy start. So you come in, you have all this genetic, ancestral memory, DNA, cellular memory. You come into an environment where you are surrounded, ideally, with positive, encouraging, affirming, loving, nurturing, empowering thoughts, beliefs, words, and actions. But the reality is that for most people, that's not true. Most of us came into environments where we were reminded of how little we are, of how we're supposed to fit in to what's already existing, fit into this family, fit into this community, fit into this society, fit into this country, fit into this culture, fit into this school system, or this indoctrination system, fit into this occupational role, fit in. And fitting in is soul crushing. I think most of us just have to think back to middle school to remember that soul crushing feeling of fitting in. And I'm friends with a lot of middle school pals here on Facebook, so I'm not going to share any explicit stories, but I know you know how soul crushing it can be, especially for certain people who have a very fiery spirit. So we try to fit in because that's what we're told we're supposed to do here. And immediately we forget who we are, who we came here to be, what we came to fulfill here in our life to give us satisfaction, success, peace, surprise. We forget. And so I'm here to remind you today to get back to you. Get back to you. Get back to your inner being. Get back to your higher self. Get back to your higher consciousness. Connect with that greater knowing that knows your path. Outside of the planet, your path is known. It is clear to everyone in greater consciousness because we all convened with God to determine this path. You accepted that is a path I'm prepared to take. My experiences up till now have prepared me to take this path. I am ready. Let's go. And so you came here for that, right? Excuse my allergy cough this morning. You came here for that. You were ready for that. But you were not necessarily put in good odds to complete that. You had work to do. Now, don't be frustrated or discouraged. All of that work was meant for good. It is aiding you in being the best version of who you are right now in this day. And so now the task is easy. Now, all you have to do is accept who you are. Now, you can meditate, you can pray, you can do yoga, qigong, tai chi, you can go to Nepal, you can go to Tibet, you can, go live in the woods by yourself for 7 years. You can do those things, but you don't have to. All you need to do is ask myself, what do I dream about? What do I daydream about? What do I think, wouldn't it be nice if that? Wouldn't it be nice if this? Wouldn't it be nice if I could go on a cruise in the Mediterranean? Wouldn't it be nice if I had a little cabin in the country where I could grow herbs and flowers and vegetables, maybe raise some animals? Wouldn't it be nice if I had a house by the beach? Wouldn't it be nice if my best friend and I were constantly encouraging and challenging each other? Wouldn't it be nice if I had friends who lifted me up? Wouldn't it be nice if I loved waking up every morning? And wouldn't it be nice if I had a flower garden and I could pick myself a bouquet every morning? Whatever it is, I'm just throwing out random things that I'm thinking of. Whatever it is that you dream about. If you're living that life, give yourself a big pat on the back right now, because most people are not in alignment with that path. They are not fulfilling all of who they are, and they are not showing up in life as who they are. Why? That's easy. Fear. That's so easy. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of success, of the unknown. Fear. Fear is all that holds us back, really, and fear is just a negative emotion meant to provide safety, to prevent us from taking a leap off of a cliff to a, death-defying heights, to prevent us from walking in front of a train, grabbing a hot burner. That's all fear is. Fear is not necessary in the evolution of your soul. You can let go of that. Because people who would judge you, they don't belong in your circle anyway. And they're probably not even going to say anything to you. They're probably just going to silently watch and hate. And, too bad for them, right? Failure is part of life. Every single day we fail at something. Failure is just part of learning. It's part of growth. If we're not failing, we're not living. Success, right? That's the tough one. Because to see ourselves unfold into a new way of being, into a new life, into a new person, it's unknown. We don't know what to expect. We don't know how it's going to feel, what's going to happen. What would happen if you walked out to your mailbox right now and you opened up a check from some ancestor you didn't know about for $8 million? What would you do? What would you do with that? Would you know what to do with that? Would you call your accountant, your bookkeeper, your banker? Do you have any of those? What would you do? Would you go spend it all rapidly? Would you bury it away in accounts and not let anyone know about it? What would you do? Most of us can't even fathom that because it's so unknown to us. So I challenge you today to show up as who you are. And if you cannot figure out who you are in your inner being, who you are in your soul, what you want out of the rest of this life, if you can't figure that out, take some time. Find someone in our group wellness community. We have tons of energy workers, energy healers, Reiki, Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, meditations, mindfulness experts, people who can help you find who you are. If you're feeling lost and frustrated and you don't know who you are, you just know you fit in for so long, you are lost in who you are. Find someone to help you with that, even if it's a friend or a grandmother, somebody that cares about you. Figure out who you are. Figure out what you want. Journal, talk into your phone, whatever it is that works for you. Draw, paint, figure that out. Because if you can't find that satisfaction, that success, that peace in the rest of your life, then you're just going to keep looking back into the existence that you're in, and it's just going to keep reflecting back to you what is, how it is, how it is, how it is. All you're ever going to see is the reality that everyone else is creating, and you're never going to create your own reality. But that's what you're here for. You're here to create a reality, your reality. And yes, it will ripple out and affect others. And yes, I want it to be the most positive, beneficial, highest timeline possible for you and for me, because I'm in a relationship with you. And I want what's best for you, because what's best for you is what's best for all of us when it's done in love, right? So ask yourself today, write down at least 5 words. Who am I? Who am I meant to be showing up as? What is my soul call for me to show up as in the world today and every day? Who am I? What are my desires? My desires are not greedy, selfish, evil plans that take away from others. My desires were set into my heart with a purpose of fulfillment for the goodness of expansion of global consciousness, of higher being, of evolution, of higher overall well-being for all. That's what they were set there for, right? So, I love you. Thank you for being here on my, whatever you're watching this on today. Thank you. And I hope I know you'll have a freaking phenomenal day. I'm trying not to cuss as much, but I want to. I hope you have a fucking awesome day. And I love you. Go for it. You're here for it. See you later.